my lovely, my beautiful, my amazing, my awesome people. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ijoma Gloria, a YouTuber based in Italy. If today is your first time of seeing me, you're highly welcome. Please go over to the subscribe button, click on it, and of course the bell beside it. It will surely notify you each time a new video pops up from my channel. To my old and returning subscribers, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support and your encouragement. You're also welcome to the month of March. We are marching forward in greatness. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at an important topic which concerns you, it concerns me, friendship and betrayal. We're going to be telling a story, and after the story, we'll bring out the moral of the story. I bet you it is something you're really going to enjoy. So if you're interested, come with me. Like I said, today is a story time and we're going to be learning a lot. It's actually a real life story, but for the security of those involved, I'll be changing the name, so please bear with me. So there was this couple building their house and they had this friend, Mr. Bayo, who was a painter. Obviously, Mr. Bayo, as their family friend, was going to paint the house when it was time. So Mr. Bayo came to the couple and he kept telling them about this friend of his, Mr. Ade, who was someone to handle the POP. So he kept on telling them, there is this my friend, I want him to do the POP. Please don't give it to another person. He's my friend, he's trusted, his family is passing through a lot of difficulties. I really want to help him. I love him so much. We've been together through thick and thin. And the couple said, okay, no problem. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. For now, we have not gotten to that stage. And Mr. Bayo kept on disturbing them. He said, why I'm disturbing you? I don't want you to give it to another person, because you know some of these contracts may be given out way before its time. So Mr. Bayo kept disturbing this couple. Please, I want you to help my friend this, my friend that. Finally, you know, there's a way you disturb somebody and the person will be like, let me just have my peace. They said, okay, we'll look at your request and no problem, we're going to get back to you. So fast forward to when it was time for the POP, they said, finally, Mr. Bayo, can we rest for you? Bring your friend on and let's have a deal with him. So Mr. Ade came, they met with him, they looked at the terms, they said, okay, bring your quotation. He brought his quotation, everything went on fine, and the deal was sealed. Mr. Ade was given the job. So fortunately, Mr. Ade delivered on the job. He did a beautiful job at a good price. The couple, they were so happy and grateful. Now, on the last day when Mr. Ade was to bid goodbye to the couple after a job well done, he called the couple and said to them, that painting Mr. Bayo is supposed to do, I can also do it. Mr. Bayo is not really good at painting. I paint better than him. I've been into painting for a long time. He won't even do it well. I will do it better than him. I will even give you a good price. I'll give you a price better than his own. Has he given you any quotation? If you have any quotation from him, let me look at it. I will reduce the price. I will do the job. In fact, just kick Mr. Bayo out. Just remove him from the picture so that I will just do the painting and then you pay. The couple became embarrassed. They rebuked him. They were like, shut up. This is somebody that fought for you. Do you know how long it took Mr. Bayo to persuade us to give you this job? And here you are, betraying him. I wouldn't want to bore you with the rest of the story because I know what you should have imagined what will happen at the end of the day. That is friendship and betrayal. Someone that fought for you for months, at the end of the day, you stabbed him, you betrayed him. Let's leave this story at this point. We'll come back to it when we're telling the moral of the story. Part 2 of the story. I know that, yes, you have been relaxing and enjoying. Yes, keep watching. Now, this second one is a lady that got married into a particular family. She was a nice person, so to speak. So she got married into this particular family and her mom-in-law really loved her. Members of the family, they really loved her. So this, her best friend, her bestie, they were so close, they shared a lot in common, was also her maid of honor. So she was always visiting her in the family house, and members of the family really loved her. They were like, why not, call this your friend closer so that maybe the second son will, also get married to her and stuff like that. So before you know it, one thing led to another. They started dating, and from there it became marriage. So obviously the second son was also married to her bestie. So they started living in peace. They were so close, and the mom-in-law was a nice person. She always brought them together. They did things together. They were so happy, and they still were best friends. The first lady and the second lady, you won't even know that they are mates. They were just living as best friends, as sisters. They shared a lot in common, and they were living happily. So it happened that one day, that her friend, the second one, now went to the mom-in-law and told her a lot of nasty things about the first lady. She told her that this lady goes behind her back to say a lot of things, that she's a miser, that when you come to the house, if you want to cook, she will hide all her ingredients, that the mom doesn't allow them, she's a miser, she doesn't bring her money, she does this, she collects money from her sons behind them. She said a lot of things. And you know the way the mom-in-laws behave. This one is a bit elderly. She felt very bad, and she believed all the second daughter-in-law told her. She was so mad. She was like asking, you mean she said this? She said, yeah. She even said more. I don't want to bore you with many. Let's just leave it at that. She betrayed that her friend. In fact, she sold her for more than Judas Iscariot sold Jesus. She sold her out. Trust the mom-in-law. She picked the phone, she called the first lady, she finished her. She was like, upon all the things I did for you, this is how you pay me back. You have betrayed me, you have spoilt my name, so this is what. And trust her, she said, the person that told her, because she wasn't going to hide anything. She said, so you have been telling my mates, your mate, a lot of things, and you feel she won't get back to me. Now I've known your plan. Little did I know that you were a bad woman. Little did I know that you were this. I took you in like my daughter. I gave you everything. And the lady was dumbfounded. She finished her on the phone and kept talking. She didn't even allow her to explain herself. She was trying to say, Mama, you mean she? No, don't tell me. It's true. Two of you are very close. You're bestie. For her to have said this, it is true. And I even know you said more, but there's no problem. God will do this. This one will happen. That one will not happen. And the girl was just calm. After the call, she said, Mama, since you don't want to hear from me, no problem. But if it is truly what I did, let all you said come to pass. But if it is not what I did, let God be the judge. And she dropped the phone. She also talked to her husband about it. The husband was like, but you women, are you sure you didn't say it maybe casually? Or she was like, no. Even if such things happen, maybe during discussion or we're laughing, we hardly discuss Mama. Mama is a nice person. She has been good to us. So we don't have any cause to start, talking about her. And the husband said, well, there's no problem. Let's see how it plays out. So after a long time, everybody stayed on their own because this family, they were okay. She had 2 sons. Her mate had 2 daughters. They were all okay. They stayed on their own. So that mate was still trying to be friendly, but this lady kept her at an arm's length because she felt betrayed. She felt bad. And she didn't even ask her, come, did you tell Mama this about me? She didn't even bother asking her. After a long time, I think Mama must have sought the counsel of many people, and I heard she even reported to the pastor in the church because Mama was angry in the village. She kept reporting. And I thank God for good counselors too. It's like some people asked her, but this is your daughter-in-law. You've known her before this other one. Have you really, did you hear from her? Hear from her and know her own side of the story. So eventually, Mama summoned courage. When they were ready to invite the girl, she was not even ready again for the story. She was tired and she felt, since I have been judged, I have been sentenced, there's no problem. Let me just stay on my own. I accept the defeat. So eventually they begged her and they came. My beloved, beautiful people, do you know that the day that this judgment was supposed to take place, it was actually a mere formulation. It was actually mere jealousy. It was actually arrant rubbish. None of those things existed. She just formed those things to buy favor from the mom-in-law, who happens to love 2 of them equally. Maybe she felt there was something fishy, or maybe if she didn't act that way, the mother-in-law would not be closer to her. All those things were lies. And they were asking her, when did all these things happen? She said, no, is this, is that. You know how 2 people will be having discussion. That's why I tell people, not everything is gossip. People say things with a clear heart, and another person will paint it. will paint it so black, and they will just twist everything to suit their story. They said when the story was now unfolding, they said no, when they come, they even hardly discuss mama. But if they are to discuss, they'll be like, mama is somehow. If you're cooking with mama's Maggi, you have to be very careful, because she knows how many it is. So if you cook with maybe like 4 or 5, she will know. You dare not remove mama's money. Those kind of small know that it was like a gossip. There is something they said, they laughed over. And then they said one elderly man that was there asked, even if such things were said, you, the second wife that came to report, didn't you see anything? Because it takes two to actually gossip. So one person cannot just be gossiping, or she can't be coming to your house every time, say things about mama. When she's done, you tell her, okay, bye. She will come again, say things about mama, you tell her, okay, bye. It's not possible. It must have been a discussion. There must have been an agreement where two of you discussed. So when you talk about gossip, it takes two to actually gossip. And that's what, that's what part of the things are going to bring out the moral of the story from. So this second story also ended well. The things were settled. The issue was completely settled. Apologies here and there. But the rest of the story. You know how the relationship will turn out. Okay, let's look at the moral of these two stories I have told. We have to look at what friendship is. And it's high time we really have to define who our friends are. Who are really your friends? Please differentiate between that word called friend and my colleague, acquaintance, my neighbor, my housemate, my church member, my group member, my choir member. We should be able to differentiate these things. And the earlier we differentiate these things, the better for us. Everybody is not your friend. But we like to generalize, my friend. And that is why when there's any betrayal, we feel very bad. Look, my brothers, my sisters, everybody cannot be your friend. It's not possible. That someone is your neighbor doesn't mean that person is your friend. That you attend the same church with somebody doesn't mean that person is your friend. That you are in the same group with somebody doesn't mean that person is your friend. That you have a housemate doesn't even mean that person should be your friend. Let's be careful on who we call friends. If we are careful on who we call our friends, those we call our friends, then this issue of betrayal, we will know how to face it when it eventually occurs. Now, another thing I want to say about friendship and betrayal is, if you know those things that will cause betrayal, please avoid them. Example, money. Yes, people say money is the root of all evil. Not really money, but the love of money. A lot of friends have separated because of money. So if, for example, you know that money will cause trouble in a relationship, avoid it. Avoid any transaction with that person concerning money. Avoid any collaboration, any business. Treat that person and money from afar. Anything about money, keep that person at a distance. In that way, you will avoid anything about betrayal in form of money from that your friend. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. So anything about money, distance yourself and that your friend. Parley well with that person. But when it comes to money, don't allow two of you to have something in common concerning money. It will really help you to avoid betrayal. I also want to talk about trust. In any friendship, it's good to trust. But I'm telling you, even if it's out of 100%, even if it's 2%, live for yourself. Don't trust completely. Some people may come for me in the comment section. It's okay to disagree with me, but I'm telling you today, don't trust completely. Leave some for yourself so that so certain things don't come to you as a shock. We are all human beings and we are bound to change. We are bound to make mistakes. You have issues with your family members, not to talk of friends. You have issues with your husband, your wife, not to talk of friends. So when such betrayals come, because you understand, you have that understanding that this is a human being, she's bound to err, he's bound to err, then you will accept that betrayal will not be a shock. It will not cause much of a problem for you. Another thing I want to talk about betrayal is this issue of secrets, gossip. My beloved brothers and sisters, anything you don't want somebody to know, it's better you keep your mouth shut. Because whatever you have opened your mouth to say, for me, it's no longer a secret. Someone can decide to use it against you if you're no longer in good terms. Maybe you both discussed something in confidence, you told somebody something, and when you're no longer friends, that person can use that thing against you. So anything you don't want somebody to know, don't be tempted, no matter what you're passing through, to let it out to the wrong person. That person will use it against you and you will feel very bad. Because some people, when they want to betray you, there's no limit. They will make sure they run you down. They will make sure that there's nothing left of you. So that's why we're saying, if you are in any relationship, mind what you say and what you do. And I want to quickly chip in this. Any friendship that is based on gossip, that is based on because of another person, you're always together, you're talking about another person, you don't discuss ideas, you don't discuss meaningful things, you discuss people, you're always against people, that friendship will not last. There must surely be a strike. And some people have had a first strike, yet they have not learned from it. If your friend betrays you, if you have issue with your friend, and you later reconcile, is something good, but it is a time where you need to be more careful, because the second one will be worse than the first one. You have to be very, very careful. Friendship is good. True friendship, in fact, is just like having a sister and a family member. But if you get into the wrong one, you will ever regret having a friend. So the conclusion of today's video is that everybody must not be your friend. Be wise in choosing your friends. You should choose your friends. Choose your circle. And the smaller they are, the better for you. Understand your friend, whoever you have chosen to call a friend. Understand the person, that he or she is also a human being and may err. Learn to forgive. But even if you forgive, be wise, because the second one will not be funny. Another thing I want to conclude with is telling you that even if you're that type that betrays your friend, please don't forget the good times you shared together. That even if that thing was so bad, remember one good thing, because some people want to run you down and leave you empty. Remember that there were still good times you people shared together. So don't forget that part, that there were good times that you shared together. I'll conclude by saying that friendship, true friendship, means a lot. True friendship is great. Above all, let Jesus be your best friend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Share this video with your family and friends. And until I see you in my next one, keep being the best version of yourself. I love you all. Bye.